on 3, I'll be reviewing this brand new O.J. Simpson. This documentary just dropped on Netflix called O.J. Simpson, American Manhunt. And when I saw this documentary was coming on Netflix, I was like, wow, one more documentary about O.J. Simpson, who passed away last year. His case, I guess everybody knows about his case, and when this was coming, I was like, what can they show you anything new? You have seen all this, all this story before, nothing new here to see. But still, I thought this documentary was okay. It's not that interesting, but it does try to show you all these people who are involved with the case and the time, how everybody was feeling, and all this, right stuff, and behind the scene about how the murder investigation was going on. Especially some of this detective, they come on and they talk about it, and I was like, wow, I know all of this thing. That's what I was thinking. And this was 4 episodes. Yeah, so I was not that interested in this documentary, so maybe I'm a little harsh on this. I honestly did find this documentary to be not that interesting, neither is that entertaining. The way it starts, I don't think a lot of people will like this, especially, I don't get this, why this documentary was done like that. Any documentary you start, you always give some basic information. This one just starts with all the things, like all these people are protesting and everything, and I was like, I know all this thing. Because the documentary job is always give you new information, some basic information, and something you already know, and like some new information is always needed. But I guess this case is like, there's so many documentary on O.J. Simpson, like nothing new left to say. But I guess listening to, if you are invested in this story, this documentary, all these people, they do talk about it, all these people who were involved in the investigation, they do come here and they talk about, how O.J. Simpson, what was he doing, and how all the things was coming around and everything. Wow. Every time I hear any story about O.J. Simpson, I personally, I did not know, honestly, like when O.J. Simpson case was going on, obviously I was not around. So, I didn't know personally, like, did he kill or not? But after watching one news that, the police, they knew that he might have killed Nicole Brown, right? And his friend. But they did not had any evidence for this. So that time the LA detective, I guess he planted the evidence to arrest him. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or false. So it makes sense. This documentary, it does takes you behind that, and I was like, wow. Although unfortunately this doesn't give you definite answer, so I was like, wow. So overall, honestly, I did not like this documentary. I was like why? Why Netflix making one more documentary on this? But I think every time any O.J. Simpson documentary comes on Netflix, they do have a huge view, because this is part of the pop culture footprint. You cannot so I see why Netflix is making it. It has a lot of audience, so I could imagine this becoming hit. Personally, I thought it was really boring at the time. Like, it's not engaging at all, like this documentary. So these people, they're just coming here randomly, they're just saying stuff like, well, I know already all of this thing. So I thought this documentary was not that entertaining. I actually found it quite boring. Overall, I feel like it's really very unnecessary. But then again, I could see this becoming hit. So who am I to say that? And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment. What do you think about this documentary? If you enjoyed this review on this documentary, don't watch other reviews on other documentary. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time. Please take care.